You can predict the future without a shadow of a doubt. Before I get started, let me take a few seconds to be able to say hello to my super chatters and the people in the chat, and we'll get started. So first of all, I want to thank you, Jody, so much for becoming an inner circle. You'll see the people with an IC next to their name are inner circles. So Craig, Bill, Mary, Jerome, Arthur, Lisa Marie, Mike. Thank you guys so much. Jerome, got Katie here, Arthur, Craig, and again, Melody, Eric, Katie, John, um, Dr. Meg Mega Gula. So we'll go ahead and get started. Hello, my name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's title is You Can Predict the Future. You can. 1000% you can predict the future. Now, the first thought that I have with this is probably one that you're not going to like. And it's really simple is if you continue to do what you've always done, you're always going to get what you've always got. So when you look at 23 and 22, 21, if you just go back and understand that if you don't change, nothing changes. So when people go, how can I don't know how I can predict the future. Hey, I can guarantee you that 2023 was either not as good as you wished it was, or maybe it's the same as any other year, right? Now, there are going to be people that have differences, but bottom line, if I think Maya Angelou, not think I know, Maya Angelou said, for things to get better, you got to get better. For things to change, you got to change. And when we know better, we can do better. And so there's, first of all, this thought that I'm doing my best to help people get rid of is the thought that you just don't have a chance, that there's no way for you to personally get any better or have a better future. And that again is not true. So now I'm going to share with you how you can predict your future. It's very simple. It's step one. You got to know what you want. So if you're driving, say from wherever you live, unless you live in Las Vegas, if you live in Las Vegas, let's say that you want to drive to New York. But let's say the rest of the people in the world want to get to Vegas. Do you understand as soon as you make the decision to do that, your next decision is to figure out how much it costs. And then when you all of a sudden figure out the cost, whether you're going to drive there, take a train, bus, or fly there privately, as soon as you figure out how much that cost is when you start making decisions. Can't afford this, can't afford this, can't afford this. I can do this. I can do this. And the same when you go there to stay at a hotel or a resort, or you go there, what am I going to eat? There are still fast food restaurants and very inexpensive places to eat in Vegas. But the reason that I bring this up is once you make a decision that you want to go to a place, and then you start saying the things, now you go, well, what are we going to need? I need a way to get there. What am I going to wear? What are we going to do when we get there? If there's any shows or excursions or whatever you're going to go on, now you got to write those down. Can I afford or can I not afford to do that? And then when all of a sudden you put it all together, and you not only want and believe that you can do it, but you start doing some things like, well, I better talk to work. I need to see what weeks I get off, because that would be, the time that you're going to do the trip. And then I don't really want to go by myself. So how can I get people to also get the same time off and get them to afford to go? I maybe you want to go by yourself, maybe you don't. And so all of a sudden, when you start putting that excitement of what you're going to do, you'll notice that a majority of your time is spent looking forward to the trip. Looking forward. Well, instead of a trip, what we could do is just call this a perfect day. So it's easy to figure out. They say that, people will spend more time planning a 2-week vacation than they do the rest of their lives. So a lot of you don't realize it, but some of you said, I want to be in a relationship. Some of you have said, I want to be married. Some of you have said, I want children. Some of you have said, I want to move. Some of you said, I want to drive a car. Some of you said that I want a job. Some of you said, I want this degree in education. Why is it that a lot of stuff that you have in your life, you don't even realize that you made a decision that you wanted that? You started to plan for it. You spent a lot of your time thinking about it. Bam, bam, it happened. So when you realize when you're young that there's expectations on you, right? So a lot of people expect you to go to school. They expect you to go to junior high. They expect you to go to high school. Some people, they expect you to go to college. But after you do those things, a lot of people expect you to move out on your own. They expect you to get a job. They expect you. Terry and I was watching a show last night, and I mean, these parents are all over their son-in-law. When are we going to get a grandkid? When are we going to get a grandkid? When are we going to get a grandkid? Again, it's a decision, right? And so a lot of people believe that, that they don't know what's going to happen in 24. And I'm here to tell you that you're absolutely right. You do not know what's going to happen in 24 if you haven't made a decision to actually create your perfect day, and each and every day spend a little bit of time thinking about that place you want to go. When you're spending all your time looking forward to something that you plan, something that you look forward to, that's how me and people that I know that I like to surround myself with, it seems like every year is a little better. Every year is a little more impact, a little more focus, a little more of, with all the things that are happening in the world right now. Where am I going to be 6 months from now? Where am I going to be a year from now? Where am I going to be 2, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? And so all of a sudden, there's two groups of people, right? There's one group of people that don't know what they want, and there's another group of people that know what they want. And here's a crazy thing. What if you're the kind of person that just throughout their whole entire life, I believe we talked about this yesterday on the podcast with Craig Jackman and my son, Matthew Hollis. And it's like all of a sudden, you get in this mindset where, if you really want things to change, then what you need to do is once you figure out what you want in life, now what you do is find people that already have done what you want. And in this world, think about it. In the olden days, how would you know that? In today's days, you could say, I want to know someone that's successful in creating video games. I want to find someone that's successful in building a subscriber base on YouTube. I want to find someone that makes a lot of money on Instagram. I want to find people that make a lot of money throwing darts. I want to make full-time income bowling, because there's two things. One, there's things that you can do to actually, what if you thought of this kind of business? And that's why I'm sharing it with you. Me personally, I want 1 million active subscribers. I'm going to build, and watch me do it. I am going to build 1 million subscribers. Now, do you realize that it doesn't really make a difference what you're charging for those active monthly subscribers? Because if you had 1 million of them and you made $1, that's $1 million. But that's not $1 million a year. That's $1 million a month. So why do I want to build a subscriber base? Because I value I value my free time. To me, freedom and time is worth more than money to me. I'll be 62 in a couple of months. And now more than ever, I just want to take how I've created this lifestyle of freedom that's enabled me to take really good care of my family and myself, and then also spend a lot of money taking care of children that are not in a good way, orphans, don't have parents. So I get a lot of fulfillment and joy out of making sure that people that are called to do that, take care of orphans, I feel my need is to support them. And so the more I can give them, the more kids they can help, the more children they can help, the more children they can protect and feed and shelter and dress and educate. And so that means a lot to me. So if I have something that makes me feel good, now what I can do is I can focus on doing that. And so that's my way of making an impact. That's my way, as Steve Jobs said, making a dent in the universe. And so once I do that, now you get to make a decision of how many steps are you going to put toward getting to that idea situation. And so when you're excited, that's where these phrases come from. Listen closely. Is all of a sudden you get these phrases where the day you fall in love with your vision, or when you have vision, vision inspires success in others now. Now you're on that journey. And as you're on that journey, it's amazing how I believe that the people around the world will come together, including all kinds of stuff, to sort of conspire in making you do what you like to do. And for those of you, I've said this many, many, many times, is if you know what you want and then you go out of your way to learn from a person that's already done it. And today, it doesn't have to be one-on-one, face-to-face anymore. It's like I find people like all of a sudden I'm learning from this guy, and all of a sudden he's like gone from nothing to $100 million. Do you know how many people I could help with $100 million? And if not me, then who? If not this, then what? And if not now, then when? So I believe, because I hung around people that shared with me that I can create my future. I can predict the future, because what I can do is I can constantly have it in my mind's eye and constantly be daydreaming all day, every day, like it says in The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. It's like I can find people like Og Mandino and Wallace Wattles with The Science of Getting Rich, or Abraham Hicks and Money and the Law of Attraction, or Vision Lakhani. I remember when Vision Lakhani was thinking about doing Mind Valley. And now, just like Calm, the app for meditation, these people have millions of subscribers. And each and every day, they're connecting with people that all of a sudden say, I'm not going to do the same thing I did in the past in 2024. I'm not going to do that again. I am going to put together a priority list, and I'm going to fulfill that priority. But I'm telling you right now, just like New Year's resolutions of getting in shape, a lot of people will make decisions between now and the end, the beginning of next month, January, for 2024. And the only thing that's going to keep you doing what you need to do every day is a detailed vision that emotionally gets you involved, emotionally gets you locked in. So a lot of people go, hey, can you predict the future? I definitely can. On my goal to getting 1 million active subscribers, on my goal to getting 1 million subscribers, can it be done? Yeah, it's been done over and over and over again. I'm not talking about 1 million. There's companies that have 200 million Prime memberships. That's what Amazon has. Can you imagine making billions of dollars a month? Billions a month. I think they made $35 billion last year from Prime subscribers. I'm not talking about making billions a month. I'm talking about making $1 million a month. So there's all these people that have done it before me. There's all these companies that have done it before me. I believe if they did it, I can do it. And we live in a day and age where these people are purposely, just like I am, not only telling people what they're doing, but what they're learning and what they're changing for the future. So the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Like I said, I think yesterday or the day before, it's mind boggling to me that if you ask people, ask them on a scale to 1 to 10, give me what you think 2023 was for you. 2023 sucked. Okay. So now you know what not to do. Do you want 2024 to suck? How did 22 go? How did 21 go? How did 20? The COVID and all that stuff. So how many years in a row, how many sucky years have you had in a row? It's really easy. I don't even care if you're doing the same kind of marketing I am. But if you don't look at 2023 and go, damn, I'm pretty excited about 24, 25, 26, 27. Then you need to figure out what you want. You got to design your perfect day. And then you got to find and be inspired by someone that's already done that. See, at the beginning, you don't have to be a business owner. At the beginning, all you can be is a follower. The best leaders in the planet were followers first. So find someone that's got a game plan for 2024. They got a game plan. They got a business plan for 2024. If you ask them, what are you going to do in 24? They tell you. They flat out tell you. Hey, on the way to 1 million subscribers, active subscribers, I believe that we'll probably hit 100,000. So we'll probably hit 250, 500, 750, 1 million. So, right now I think we almost have like 67 or 68,000. In my business, I have right around that 16,000. I got a little ways to go. But a lot of people that will watch this video or recorded, if I asked you this simple question, how many people do you currently have that are responsible for your income? If that's nobody, then you got to change what you're doing. If you're telling people to do something and you're putting them in front of people that are teaching them things that don't duplicate to keep people in the business, instead it's things that they try and they don't get the results and they have unrealistic expectations. So now they're professional bullies of beating themselves up for again missing a different goal. And you feel the same way because you did the same thing. Wow. Then you might have to ask yourself, I wonder who out there is actually on a day-to-day basis, a year-to-year basis, actually creating what I would like to have. For me, it's making an impact in other people's lives, sharing the wisdom and the knowledge that I'm consistently learning and mastering to give to other people that just want more freedom and time. And I know that the only way to leverage my lifestyle is by teaching other people how to make an income that they're proud of, whatever that is. So that's how you can predict the future. I love and appreciate you. If no one's ever given you permission to be happy and fulfilled, let me give that to you. My mentors did that for me. And I can show you how to build a large group of people. And I don't care what kind of money you want to make. If you want to make, $100 profit a month, or if you want to make 1,000, or if you want to make 10,000, if you want to make 100,000, I can show you how to help other people get what they want out of life. And in turn, you'll get what you want out of life. So looking forward to seeing you on the next video, and bye for now. And again, love and appreciate you.